Hi, my name is Victor. Today I'm going to show you how to multiply complex numbers. Now, complex numbers are written in the form of a plus bi, okay? Where the a represents the real number and the bi represents the imaginary number. And an easy way of remembering is imaginary numbers always have the I next to them. Okay, so let's get to it, to multiplying complex numbers. So let's say I had these two complex numbers here, 5 plus 3i, multiplied by 2 plus 7i. Okay, so to multiply these two complex numbers, what we're going to do is we're going to use the distributive property, also known as foiling, right? So when you FOIL, you do this, right? We do 5 times the 2, and then we do 5 times the 7i, and then we do the 3i times the 2, and the 3i times the 7i. Okay, so let's go ahead and distribute. So 5 times 2 gives us a value of 10, right? Positive 10. Now we do the 5 times the 7i, so 5 times 7i, what you're going to do is you're going to multiply the numbers together. So 5 times 7 gives you a value of positive 35. Now since the 7 had an I, we're going to carry over the I. Alright? So now we move on to the 3i. So 3i times 2 now. Again, we multiply the numbers. 3 times 2 gives us a value of positive 6. So, and the 3 had an I, so we carry over the I. Right? Now we do 3i times 7i. Right? So again, we multiply the numbers. Positive 3 times positive 7 gives us a value of positive 21. Now the 3i and the 7i, they both had i's, right? So I times I, that's just going to be a value of I squared. Okay? Now, whenever you see I squared, that's always going to represent a value of negative 1. Okay, so this is very important to remember. I squared is always going to be negative 1, right? So this I squared here, we're going to replace that with a value of negative 1 because I squared equals negative 1. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and bring down all my terms so you can see all the steps. 35i plus 6i plus 21 times, what's the value of I squared? Negative 1, so we're going to multiply this 21 by negative 1. Right? So what's 21 times negative 1? We know that's going to be a negative 21 now, right? Now I'm just going to go ahead and bring down all my other terms. Okay. So now, once we reach this step here, what we're going to do is we're going to combine like terms. So in other words, combine all the real numbers together and combine all the imaginary numbers together. So first thing I see I have a 10 and a negative 21. These two are real numbers, so I could combine these two. So 10 minus 21 gives us a value of negative 11. Okay. Now we have the imaginary numbers, which are this positive 35i and this positive 6i. So you just go ahead and add them up. 35 plus 6 gives us a positive 41, and we carry over the I, right? Because we were adding imaginary numbers, so you got to carry over the I to represent that imaginary number, right? So there you have it, multiplying complex numbers, right? Always remember that I squared has a value of -1. That's going to come in handy when you're multiplying complex numbers. So there you have it. Until next time, have a good day.